is there a way to look at learning that it's somehow the acquisition of knowledge that prior to that process you didn't have? Or is it sometimes simply a recognition of that which you already intuitively understood to be true? And I wonder about that sometimes. Is learning a process of, being challenged to think differently, to being challenged to think in a different way, in either a fuller and more informed way? Or is it somehow coming to terms with what we may already have a sense of and being able to name it and make it real, to make it seem somehow grounded in our reality? So for me, with learning, I think the process of learning is the progressive realization of our own ignorance. Because the more that we go through that process, the more we realize, how little we know about so much. And I can tell you not necessarily what learning is, but I can certainly tell you what it feels like for me. And the closest I can describe it for me is something happening internally that's kind of like when your fingers are frozen in the winter and you go inside and they start coming back to life. But if put too close to the fire, then they tingle and they burn almost from the cold. And there's both this sense of kind of awakening from the numbness, kind of coming to life in a way that's very visceral. And at the same time, if not scaffolded properly, being very scary. To have your synapses fire for the first time, to feel tingle in your nerves, in your neural networks. For the first time, it's the essence of life. But with that life comes a lot of terror. To be human, to be awake, to be alive, to be awakened from that coma. Learning is the process by which we awaken to whatever this is. It's the process by which who we are comes closer and closer to being at peace and at rest within this shared reality.